Welcome back to Iron Media, where objectivity meets reality.
I have not spoken on these things. These are facts, things women know. These are things that I know. I'm friend them. The girl them family member and Champagnie a friend. That's why I'm representing them. No. When it suits you, you're gonna say you nah represent bad man will kill your friend. But when it suits you, you're gonna represent bad man because them are your friend. But me have one thing for tell you now. 4 years now. December we in a. November gone. 4 full years. My child in a wheelchair. 4 full years. Our life changed permanently. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to say permanent because nobody is bigger than God. Nothing is bigger than my God. God has taken her from nothing to a whole lot. And I'm upset because when I look on this man, I go write, I go release a statement say, him know Barbara Gale. And him not going to represent the boy will kill Barbara Gale because him know Barbara Gale. No, I am not discrediting this woman's life or her accolades or accomplishments or her affiliates. None of that is what I'm speaking about. No. Champagnie, you're scum. Scum. You mix with bad man, you live with bad man, you walk and you talk with bad man and una law. Uno behave like the law belong to Uno. You are a shame and disgrace. Me, Venetia, says so. And you know what's the saddest thing about this? You have children. Everybody jump up Kaylan shouldn't their party and Kaylan got illegal party. The party was not breaking curfew. As a matter of fact, make we stick up in there. All the party keep and police there. Talk about that. Party a keep, a break curfew, police is there. Why police never lock up the illegal party?
That's Kaylan Dowdie's mom. Don't know if you guys remember, it was about 4 years ago during COVID. I believe her daughter was at a party where she was brutally beaten by a bunch of hooligans. Female hooligans, to be exact. What followed after that was, I believe she had some brain and spinal injury. She was in a vegetative state and she continued to recover. Now subsequently, what the mother is explaining is that Peter Champagnie, attorney at law, is now the defendant of the accused female hooligans who brutally attacked and beat Kaylan Dowdie to a pulp, half to death, pretty much. Now, it's a common trend, I realize, with the law of fraternity. They only defend their own. Yes, they only care about defending their own, and that is where they draw the line. And we saw that with the case of the Barbara Gale that got brutally murdered, and Peter Champagnie clearly stated that he would not represent the accused, the man that was accused of killing Barbara Gale. And it's the same where the law fraternity clearly state that they wouldn't represent. I don't know if you remember this case. I don't remember the lawyer's name. But what happened was that a rider and a pillion opened fire on the vehicle she was traveling in, and she subsequently lost her life. and the law fraternity said that, you know what, you need to ban pillions off bike, etc., etc. And it just goes to show again that they only say these things when it suits them. You know, things like, yes, every man deserves the day in court. You know, a man is innocent until proven guilty. Everyone deserves representation. But when it hits home and it's somebody that they know, all of a sudden that goes through the door. Give him 100 years, hang him. No, none of us are going to represent him because, you know, it took the life of one of us. So we're only defending ourselves and our interests, and not the interests of every person. You know, big hypocrisy. Big hypocrisy. And that is why the saying goes, justice delayed is justice denied. Because there's no way those 4 hooligans, or even more than 4, that beat that young lady to a pulp. I think she's now wheelchair bound, still roaming the streets. That in itself is justice denied. And that is why Jamaica, that's one of the reasons why Jamaica topped the murder chart, because people rather to deal with it themselves, you know, their own type of or their own form of street justice, than to go through the courts and do it legally. Because these are the results when you try to do things the right way, quote unquote, and trying to do, you know, the legal thing and what is right, and, you know, due process, and, you know, take it to the court and take it to police, etc. These are the things that happen. And that is why people, you know, more than often take justice in their own hands. Because think about this. A man or a group of men break into your house. You live at home with your family, and they break in. You probably perform some acts on your wife or your girlfriend, or they even, you know, unalive somebody in the household. And you know these persons. And these persons get locked up. They go on bail. They get locked up. It get drawn out. They get big shot lawyers. Next thing you know, the case get thrown out on some technicality after, I don't know, fighting the case for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Now you're gonna feel hard done by that. I don't know if you ever watched the show Law Abiding Citizen. You need to go and watch that with Gerard Butler and Jamie Foxx. Pretty much what happened in the show was that they broke into the man's house, killed his wife, and then they got off. They beat the case. And what he did, he took the law into his own hands, but the way he did it was phenomenal. It's a good movie, Law Abiding Citizen. You need to watch it. And that's pretty much what happens too often. It just happens too often where justice is delayed or justice is denied, and justice delayed is also justice denied. And it's very unfortunate that we live in a land and you have people, law-abiding people, who want to follow the law, who want to go through the courts, who want due process, but you don't get any justice too often when you go through the courts and you go through the legal way. So people just say, look, take it into my own hands, you know, literally, or they get somebody to do it, which also adds to, you know, the whole reprisal type nature of the society. And it's just really sad. What needs to be done is that the broken justice system that doesn't really deliver justice to the ordinary man, it needs to be fixed. And there are several things that needs to be fixed in this country. I could go on and on about the infrastructure, about the hospitals, about medical care. We still don't have a burn unit. There's just so much that needs to be fixed in this country. It's appalling. And what do we pay attention to is all of the unimportant things. You know, who they with who, you know, which big party I keep, who had on TikTok, pure nonsense. Meanwhile, the important things are not getting done, and we don't care about the important things getting done until we are in a particular situation where we feel a level of injustice, or we feel deprived of certain rights and liberties. That is when we start to take things seriously. You know, it's not, we don't care pretty much for most people. We don't care until it hits home. And it's the same thing with the whole, you know, people crying on TikTok because one of the fellow TikTokians, if that's a thing, or TikTokers, you know, got murdered on live and all that. And people are talking about murder in the country and how, you know, Jamaica getting out of hand. Jamaica been out of hand. It's just that you don't care about that until it's somebody you know or it's somebody popular. And that is how we operate in this space. It has to be somebody popular or somebody we know or somebody we care about. And then now you start to have this big, you know, fake outrage and this fake outcry. And then as soon as it's not popular anymore, well, we're going back to doing what we're doing. Well, this is going to keep on happening until we as a people, until we as Jamaicans take a stand and demand changes in the society. We are the ones who have to demand these changes. Once we sit on the sideline and we allow the persons that we elect, they didn't just come in office. We elected them. We went and we voted for these persons to run the country. And if that person is not our persons who we elect to run the country, they are not doing it effectively and efficiently as possible, then we are the ones who have to say, look, we demand these changes to happen, for changes to happen. Change is not going to happen by just sitting back and waiting for it to hit home. Then you're demanding change. There's a lot that needs to change in the society. A lot. The laws need to be revamped. The justice system needs shaking up. The medical system needs shaking up. It needs better infrastructure. It needs more attention. You name it. But until we as a people decide that we want the change will not come. But I leave this one here with you guys. Again, like, share, comment, and do remember to subscribe. Until next time.